Hello, the Smart Leaders Sales Society. It is Jen Hall here. I don't think we promoted this, but it's not anybody's fault. It's my fault. I should have stepped up, but I completely forgot that Jess, bless her, let's send her lots of love, lots of hearts, lots of love to Jess, because she's really struggling at the moment with her poor back after slipping over and falling over the dog. I'm sure that's not what happened. I think she fell on some ice. But I'm just sending her a ton of love. Katrina, hello, my lovely, because she's not feeling so great. So yeah. Hello, Sam. Hello. Nikki. Hello. Nikki, that's why I didn't have any time, because I have been prepping and ready to go for this for this live. I'm really excited about it. And yeah, the lovely Jess let me come in here, unruly so, and come in and give you guys some tips and tricks for 2018, which I'm really excited to share with you. So sending her a ton of love, and I hope she feels better soon. I'm hoping she's kind of resting up and not watching this or whatever else. But yeah, so hello, I'm so sorry it's not pre-warned. I don't think it was pre-warned anyway, but I'm here and I'm ready to deliver a ton of value to you guys in the next 20 minutes or so. So 2018, Happy New Year. You guys haven't really seen me much at the moment, because I have been you're probably more likely to see me in person than you are online. I had a big retraction just before Christmas. I'd got rid of my group, and I'd kind of taken some time to go inwards and outwards, if that makes sense. So I'd sort of come out of groups and I've been networking my little socks off in person, actually getting out from behind the computer. I just need to apologize for the lighting. It's not the best, but I'm not moving. I'm staying here. So you just have to deal with the lighting. But yeah, I've been out and about. I've been getting more visible, but out, not in groups. So some of you who may be watching this, my name is Jen Hall. I have been part of this group for a very long time, but you're more likely to see me in the Dotties, because the Dotties is where it is at. So if you're not in the Dotties, you need to get in. Any other Dottie lovers on here, show me some love for the Dotties, because it isn't an incredible community of amazing, supportive people. You got any problems, they are there for you. So it's the place to be, and Jess just gives like the most value I've ever seen. I don't actually, I'm promoting the Dotties, but I'm not actually sure it's open. So you might have to join some kind of wait list if you do want to be part of it. So you know, just tag Jess in a comment saying I want to be part of the Dotties, if you're currently not and you want to be, and maybe she could do something. But it's a great community. Yeah, ton of value in there. Anyway, that's where I've been. That's where I'm at. If you want to spend more time with me and people like Sam, people like Kirsten, whoop, hello, by the way, and Amanda, hello, my lovely. And yeah, Sam Barefoot, Nikki, those are all amazing people. They're all in the Dotties as well. So if you want to hang out with us, you need to come over to the Dottie side, if you're allowed. Tag, like I said, hashtag tag Jess. Oh God, that's a mouthful. Hashtag tag Jess. Anyway, I'm here with my tea and I'm about to deliver the bombs. So for 2018, there are 3 things that you need to be seriously clear on. Oh, hold on. I didn't end up introducing myself. That's hilarious. Just very quickly then, for those people who don't know who I am, I'm Jen Hall. I'm the USP expert and the business clarity coach for consultants and coaches. So I basically help you stand out in your field, own your uniqueness, and position you as the white hot, unrivaled expert in your field. What's not to like? Problem I solve is I help you banish comparisonitis, and I actually help you to really find out what is unique about you so that you can stand out in the saturated market, because there's no point pretending it's not right. There are a ton of us swimming around out there. So it's really important for us to be able to stand out and bring that unique excellence to the surface. And that's what I help people with. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. 3 things that you need to have clarity on in 2018. Really, really important. The first thing is the transformation. Now, I talk about the transformation a lot, and I want to talk to you about it in context now. So the transformation is really, really, really important, because it's what helps your ideal clients identify with what you are giving them. They need to understand what they're going to go from and what they're going to go to. So this works really, really well when you think about it as client identity. So I'm not talking about necessarily your avatar, or which, you know, is equally important to get down, and that's kind of where they're at the moment. But what I want you to really focus on is, who do they want to be? So think perfume ads. That's the best way I could describe it. So you see, I bought this Sauvage for Andy for Christmas. Hilariously, he calls it Savage. But Johnny Depp is the person who is promoting, or, you know, is positioned with this savage perfume in his hand, and he's out there, and he's looking all like, he's a bit rugged with his tie undone. He's looking really, really cool, really, really slick, and people can identify with wanting to be him. So they think that if they spray a bit of Savage on themselves, they will be Johnny Depp, right? It's the way we work. So it's what happens. I thought that would happen, which is why I spent an awful lot of money on the biggest bottle of it I could find, hoping that if Andy doused himself in it, he would turn into Johnny Depp. Didn't happen, but he's still just as lovely, so that's absolutely fine. And he smells way better. So yeah, so that's always good. But my point is, you need to create that identity. Why does somebody want to work with you? What will they become after they've worked with you? Bear with me while I just cough. So yeah, so what will they become? So think about things, you know, that their identity. And here we go. Here's a little tidbit here. If you've read Expert Secrets, you may have already heard about this, but it's possibly one of the best lines inside of that book, and it's not actually Russell Brunson's either, so I can't remember who first discovered it. It probably goes back to many studies, but everybody moves toward status, and by status I'm not necessarily talking hierarchical. Hello, Jess, you should not be watching this. You should be lying down and feeling better. I don't know how long you've been here for, but I've just been talking about Man View and Andy turning into Johnny Depp. Anyway, you'll have to watch the replay. But, get back to it, Jen. Where was I? I was talking about, is it status? So everybody moves towards something that brings up the status, and not necessarily hierarchical. So it could be that you don't want to appear, I don't know, rich and flashy. That's not necessarily what that means. It just means that you want to be a certain type of person. So what is it that your ideal client wants to be, and really work towards helping them achieve that identity. Probably identity is probably the best way I could describe this. So think about the identity of who that person wants to become. How do they want to be perceived by the world? When you look at it from that perspective, you can really start to map out where they want to get to. So really think of your character, as it were, that your ideal client wants to become. And then you need to look at obviously where they're at right now. And where they're at right now is where you can show empathy. So where you can say, okay, so I get where you're at right now. This is where you're at. This is what you're hoping to get to. But right now, this is what's going on for you. And so it's looking at what the problem is. Is the problem that they're having stopping them becoming that person that you help to solve? So you need to put it into context to their priority. So they will have a priority which will be directly linked to their character or the identity that they want to become. And so you have to work out how you play a part within that priority. How do you help? Because a lot of people get stuck into this mode of wanting to help with every single thing along the way. So they want to help with, every puzzle piece. And it's just not possible to do that, really. We all have strengths in certain areas, and we really need to harness our zone of genius and stop trying to do everything. So you really need to focus in on what is it that you specifically help with, because I help to position people as awesome experts, right? But there are so many different people that do that as well, but in different ways, because they all have a different zone of genius. So you need to look at making sure that you're not trying to put yourself out of your lane, because that leads to all kinds of horrible things like imposter syndrome, lacking confidence in your own abilities and what you can do. And so it's really important to stay in your lane, to look at your zone of genius, but really look at that and realize the ROI, the return on investment of helping somebody with that specific route to getting to where they want to be. You know, I can't possibly help with absolutely everything to help someone get there, but I certainly can help somebody get insane clarity on what makes them unbloody believable, and you know, and making sure that what they have is a wanted money making outcome for, you know, for their clients. So that's the bit that I specialize in. I don't help people write books, because writing books helps to position people as an expert, right? So it's looking at what you supply that to that priority that helps them achieve it. Then you want to look at the problem that they're having, and it has to be genuine. A lot of people make up problems. If you have an audience, go out and ask them. If you don't have an audience, then think about yourself. If you were your ideal client, what went on for you? What was your problem that you know that you can solve for other people, because maybe you've been through it yourself? But if you do have an audience, you'd be a wee bit silly not to ask them what their problems are, to see if there's any kind of like correlation. So those are a couple of ways you can do a bit of market research on that. So transformation is firstly the biggest thing that you need to focus on. Where are they now? Who do they want to be? And really focus on creating that kind of like client story, as it were. Second thing is that big juicy outcome, which is very, very similar to what I talked about in the transformation. But you kind of need to come up with the one thing that they are missing that's tangible. So that one big solid tangible outcome that people truly want. Sell them what, as Jess says, it's out of the words of, if I was Jess sitting here right now, sell them what they want, give them what they want and what they need. But you need to be selling them what they want. So what is it that your ideal client wants? And this can be a really difficult one, because we get scared to make promises, and we can never make guarantees and promises to our clients, but we do have to have that level of confidence and lady balls, or balls, because I know we've got some men in here now, how exciting. You do have to have the balls to be able to say, this is what I want to give you, this is what you will get when you work with me, all being well. But, you know, as long as you do the work, as long as they're the right fits, as long as they're in the right place, as long as they've got these other things, you know, there are always conditions, right? And most smart people know that. You have to be confident enough to really state that solid, tangible outcome, the thing that they really, truly want. So I spend some time really thinking about what that is within your business. What is it that your clients truly, truly want as a thing? So for instance, for me, they want to be the unrivaled in demand expert. Okay, so so that links into the identity, but I really want to bring it back as well to what physically do you do for people, because people need to understand what it is you do for them, because if they don't understand what you do, they're going to find it very hard to justify, because people may want to buy from you, but do they really feel like they can? How are they justifying it logically in their head? Because I can tell people, okay, fine, well, I'm going to help you find clarity on your micro niche, your wanted outcomes that are going to be, you know, that is sellable, and it's able to make you money. So that just goes, okay, cool, yeah, that makes sense, that absolutely makes sense. I can run off to my other half and say, this is what I'm paying for. Because I'm sure a lot of us have other halves who like to go, what are they actually doing for you? You know, spending all this money and whatever else. But they need to be able to justify why they're going to be placing their money with you. So make sure that you do focus on those things as well as the kind of loftier characteristic type stuff as well. Okay. Thirdly, why will it work this time? It's really important to look at, and I'm going to be really controversial. Hang on 2 seconds, I'll have a cup of tea. This is going to be really controversial, so I'm ready for potentially even Jess to go, what are you talking about? But we'll see what the responses from other people are. Excuse me, I'm coughing. I'm coughing. You need to have a little bit of magic pillness about what you do. Now, we don't want clients who just want the magic pill. I get that. I don't want those type of clients either, because, you know, success from whatever it is that you're doing never happens overnight. But people want to know that it's going to work for them, because they've been trying to work things out probably either on their own, or they've been working it out with other people, and it's still not worked for them. Okay. Now, it could be that they didn't do what they needed to do. You could hand someone a mop, but if they don't use it, you're not going to get a clean floor, right? So I get that. However, it could be that it was the wrong approach. It could be that they need a bit of repetition or whatever it is that might be. But when it comes to looking at what you have to offer somebody, you need to think about, why didn't it work for your ideal client before? And that's important, not for the magic pill seekers, but why hasn't it worked for your ideal clients before, and why will it work now? Sorry, that's my phone buzzing, I'm just turning it off. So why would working with you create success for them at this point? They need to feel reassured that you can absolutely supply what they need to help them move forward. So those are the three things I want you to focus on for 2018. Well, not even just throughout. So what sort of the three things that you need to be looking at now so that you are successful in 2018. So that's the transformation, thinking about your client identity, who do they want to be, looking at those solid, tangible outcomes that they can use to justify in their heads why they're going to spend money with you, and then the kind of new solution. What is it you're supplying to them? Why will it work this time versus what they've been trying before? So I hope that's really, really helpful to you. I'm just going to check to see if there's any questions, because I'm happy to answer any questions if you want to stick them in the comments. But those are the three main things that I want you to be focusing on from my point of view for 2018. And it's been amazing chatting to you guys. Before you disappear off, I just want to say that I am running tomorrow 2:30 a Dreamers to Achievers business planning session. So it's goal setting on heat. So I'm not going to be going through just like the set a bunch of goals and off you go. This is going to be seriously looking at things like this. What is it that you need to be focusing on in 2018 to ensure that 2018 is your year? And it's not just something that's, that you're going to hope for and then end up at Christmas Eve on 2018 feeling really deflated. I don't want that happening. I want you to really, really hit your goals. So if you would like to join, if you'd like to join me on that, I'm going to pop the link in the comments so you can join us. We already have nearly about 40 ladies in that group ready to, it's a pop-up group of the community of amazing women for about a week, and then it gets shut down. And within there, tomorrow, I'm going to be going live and running a session with the most amazing workbook I've possibly ever created. If you've ever had a workbook from me, I've always had great feedback for it, but I think this possibly trumps a lot of them. I'm so in love with this workbook; it's unbelievable. So I'm really excited to share that with everybody. To print out. In fact, I need to be fat. Good job, I'm on the ball. I'm going to be probably sending that out tonight for those of you who have already signed up, so that you've got time to print it out and whatnot, so you can fill it in or use it to refer to. So super, super excited about that. Thank you so much, Jess, for letting me wild in your group. And I'm just sending you a ton of love and healing, and hope that you get better very soon, because we need you, man. And yeah, lovely to see everybody, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Probs in the Dotties. Bye bye.